I said, you just got off of it. I took the stuff off. Put it on again.
On the way from here, so that last one's going down.
I'll recognize it right away.
Anyway. Yeah. On different occasions.
It'll stay on. If I get to the sacristy, well, I'll
Stopped
grab
over
it.
sunset. We lost a couple of classmates since then.
How come you always come way out to Sterling Heights? You must know somebody.
You got
No.
influence out there.
I think it was a matter of arranging it at the last minute.
Oh, no.
Hey,
Excuse me, Robert.
I can just go around.
do you know where this place is?
You call it Van Dyke.
We could, but it's on Hoover and 14 Mile.
At 14, then I'll find it. Hoover and 14.
It says Sterling Heights is near 96696.
Yeah, right. We used to go out there for play golf.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you want to get 3 classmates here, Charlie? Yeah, 3 classmates.
There we are.
3 out of
There aren't many of us left.
3 out of 6. Yeah, 3 out of 6. Half of the
Charlie
majority.
and Top Jack.
He's out
Hey,
there.
just looks good. Fine.
Croft Jack said, I told you, he said, should pray for you.
Hey, Frenchie.
Frenchie, Frenchie,
Get out of your way.
Frenchie.
Well, they're doing it a little differently. He might be already in there, probably is.
Getting them together. Yes, breaking up the old game. Yes, breaking up the old game.
Celebrating the Mass of Thanksgiving for 55 years of Christian ministry and 33 years as pastor and administrator here at St. Joe's. If you plan to attend, please fill out one of the flyers in the church vestibule and deposit it in the box provided. We'll begin Friday, June 16th after the 12:10 Mass. 40 hours of devotion will close after the 12 noon Mass on the Feast of Corpus Christi.
nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. Dominus vobiscum. Fratres, ad nos camus peccata nostra, ad apexibus ad sacra mysteria celebanda. Conferior Deo omnipotenti, et vobis fratres quia peccabilis, cogitatione verbo opere et omissione, mea culpa, et mea maximus culpa. Deo precor beatum Virginem Virgine, omnes angelos et sanctos, et vos fratres orat pro mea Dominum Dei are gathered, in thanksgiving to God and praise to God for all the wonderful graces that He has showered on you and on myself for over the years. It's hard to believe that 55 years have passed since I first chanted this Mass in honor of the Holy Trinity. On the day I offered my first Mass in 1940, it was on the Feast of the Holy Trinity. This was the same Mass that we've just prayed this afternoon. For the past 33 years, I've had the privilege of working with the people of St. Joseph's Parish. For all that, we thank you. Let us now, I hope before the day is over, to renew many old acquaintances, to see you all once again. Finally, we wish to send the graces of God upon you and your families. May the Holy Trinity be with you and guide you through this life safely into the kingdom that God has prepared for us. Warm welcome to all of you represented here. We have with us in the audience, we have quite a list of organizations and groups that are represented who have been associated with St. Joseph's. And just to name a few, we have the brothers, priests, classmates, the father, volunteer staff, St. Joseph's altar servers, ushers, St. Joseph's rectory staff, the Honor Guard of the Sacred Heart, Holy Name Society, Coping Society, the German Community, the Knights of St. John, Christian Brothers, USL, Collegiate High School, and of course the Capella Choir. And I know at this time that what you would really like to do is welcome our guest of honor, Father Thomas Bresnahan. One of the questions, I think you should stop for a minute. Coming through? One of the questions that I'm going to get to a lot of these days is, what are you going to do? Where are you going to live? And the answer to that is very simple. The Good Felician Sisters at Madonna College have a facility which they call the Senior Priest's Village. And the village is comprises about accommodation for about 25 priests. And they live in clusters of 4 living units. And each living unit has a living room, bedroom. It has a what we call a utility room and a kitchenette and a garage. You drive your car right into the facility. That's for each priest. And it's a very fine and well thought out facility. And I know I'm going to appreciate it very much. June 30 is the cutoff date. In case everyone's married or anyhow, people who do now say grace, and I want to thank you all for coming and for all of the sentiments, good wishes, etc. I don't. Let's stand now again. And the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Bless us, O Lord, and these gifts we are about to receive, and light on the Christ our Lord. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Within 6 years before I came to St. Joseph's, and when I left the previous church, I said, never that long again. So obviously I've made a fool of myself already because I've been there thrice. And it's principally because of the kind of person that I have to work with. And I really don't think I need to talk about things that you've already heard discussed this afternoon, that you already know about Father Bresnahan. But I want to share with you 2 thoughts that I have from a very different perspective from almost everyone else in this room, with the exception of Father Perone, who has also been in the balcony at St. Joseph's as an organist. And I can assure you as an organist, when you're playing from that perspective, you see what happens in the church with a very different light. You don't see just the Mass that one priest has on a Sunday morning or on a Saturday evening, or if they happen to have two that day, but you see all of them. And you see how the schedule interacts one on another, and you see the way that people interact with one another, and you also see the way that things function and work well together or don't work well together. And I'm sure Father is very embarrassed about a lot of the accolades that have been heaped upon him this afternoon, and we won't dwell upon that aspect of him either, because that's very much part of his personality. But one of the overview things that I want to tell you is his steadfastness and his inner conviction that has always been obvious to me, and I think is obvious to all of us, in terms of knowing what's essential for your core faith and what is essential for your core worship experience. And over 2,000 years of Christendom, things have changed in the liturgy. Things have changed in their importance of what's stressed as being fundamental to your faith. But you know in your heart what is important, and Father communicates that very, very clearly to each of us every single day he stands in front of the altar and leads us in prayer. And that unswervable, unchanging,